It's Liverpool against Arsenal in the first leg semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Remember, it was postponed due to a COVID outbreak at Liverpool. We won't go into that because there's been a bit of controversy over it. But let's get to the game, Ali Moreno. Arsenal are going to need to put a performance in after what we saw in the FA Cup from them against Nottingham Forest.
Yes, they do. And for all the goodwill that I think Arsenal had built over the last month and a half or so, then you go into that match against Nottingham Forest and you do what you do and struggle to create opportunities, struggle to put a shot on goal. Then all of a sudden you kind of take a step back and go, okay, hold on a second. So what is the real version of Arsenal? What is it that you should be getting excited about? Because it certainly was not that performance. And so it's going to be a real challenge for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal to be able to just right away turn the page and say, okay, that's done with. We focus on what we have in front of us, and what they have in front of them is an opportunity to advance in a competition. And I think there is a chance here for Arsenal if indeed they play to the sort of level that they had been playing up until that game against Nottingham Forest.
Okay, so with that in mind, Mikel Arteta says that Arsenal is still an attractive destination for the top players. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about players like Dusan Vlahovic, him saying, though, that he wants Champions League football. Arteta says, regardless of whether they are in Europe, they are still a top destination. Would you agree with that?
No, because you can't just say, whatever happens in Europe, well, stays in Europe. We're not talking about Las Vegas here, okay? All right? So if you are going to be a major player in the market, you have to be in Europe as well. It's part of the condition of the top team, of the elite level teams. And so, no, you can't just ignore the possibilities of being a player in Europe and saying, you know what, guys, we're still Arsenal. We're still this big name. We're still a team that attracts players. That's part of the attitude that got you in trouble to begin with. And thinking that regardless of how you do or not do in your domestic league and then in European competition, regardless of whatever your amount of success is, you're saying, it's all right, we're Arsenal. Come on, people are going to come to us. No, you're going to have to get in line because there are teams that have certainly jumped ahead of you. And now those teams are also opening the gap between them and you. So you're playing catch up as it is. And it's a difficult circumstance for Mikel Arteta because the players that he would have been in the market 4 years ago as an Arsenal manager, that's not quite the case anymore. You are getting sort of what's left over after Manchester City and Chelsea and Liverpool, after they'll all come and say, yeah, we like this guy, we like this guy, we like this guy. You'll get the fourth option. That's the market that you're in right now.
Let's get to Liverpool then. Obviously, the leg order has changed with them postponing it. So now the first game's at Anfield and not the second game, which it would have been had it been able to go ahead when planned. Jurgen Klopp says it does make a big difference. Ale, does it? Does it make a huge difference having the home advantage in the second leg in a tie like this?
Yeah, I think it does. But beyond everything, I think Liverpool is looking now at the first challenge, real, true challenge of, okay, Sadio Mane, gone. Salah, gone. How do we address that? And that's something that they've been talking about seemingly for a month or so, and that, okay, this is going to happen. African Cup of Nations, it's happening. Okay, well, it's here. Now it's happening. And now how do you address the absences of two guys that, quite frankly, are the key to your attack? Now, while we like to focus on Liverpool, and rightfully so because of the names and because of the importance of Salah and Sadio Mane, it's also important to point out that Arsenal is going to be missing players due to African Cup of Nations as well. So El Neni, not available. Thomas Partey, not available. And so they have their challenges as well. This is going to be interesting from Liverpool's perspective in the sense that, okay, what do you do? A team that depends very heavily on how explosive and dynamic they can be in the attack, but now two of your most explosive and most dynamic players are not there. And it is now then an opportunity for Liverpool to say, you know what, we have other ways to get results. It's not just about Sadio Mane. It's not just about Mohamed Salah. And we've known that this was going to happen. We have now prepared for it. And here we go. Here's the first challenge. It's going to be really interesting to see the dynamics of the attack for Liverpool with those guys not being available.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.